I've made over $10,000 betting on kids playing video games. Yes, you heard that right. Esports betting is the new best opportunity for anybody out there looking for a side hustle with sports betting. Now, I've made $30,000 and $25,000 and $40,000 over the past few years. But now I found esports, and it's by far the easiest way to do this. It takes 5 or 10 minutes per day. You simply use the model, place your bets, and move on. Life will not stop for you. This esports model will just make things easier. So in today's video, I want to give you a complete tutorial on how this works, how you can optimize your picks to make sure that you're making as much money as possible, and everything else you need to know about this model, because I've been using it for over 6 months now, and it's been incredibly profitable. Let's get right into it. To get started here, let's look at the facts, look at the results, and I'll show you exactly what this esports model covers, because I don't want to bore you guys with an 8-minute video here when you just want to know the facts. So first things first, statistics all time. 5,000 wins, 3,000 losses for 990 units of profit. That means that if you've bet $10 on all of these bets, you would have made 9.9K. That's pretty incredible. Look at that ROI as well, 49.4%. An incredible ROI, especially for player prop betting on esports. Nobody does it like Larry. Now, all of these results are transparently tracked on the website. You don't even need an account. You can scroll through, see exactly what the results are by sport, by book, by day. It's all completely tracked. So the books that it supports right now: Underdog, PrizePicks, Epic, Dabble, and Parlay Play, with Counter-Strike coming very soon, CS2, a really good sport to bet on. And that will also add a couple new books like Sleeper and DK Pick 6. So we're going to have even more opportunities on this model very soon once those sports are added. Currently, the sports on the model: COD, Dota, and League of Legends, with CS2 coming soon. Let's get straight into the model. I'll tell you exactly what it does. Larry's proprietary AI esports model helps sports bettors identify and capitalize on pricing discrepancies. Now, this is the biggest thing here. If we head to the model, we can see that Larry's model will price these player props on its own and then compare it to that of PrizePicks, Underdog, and all of these books that is currently available. Now, that's where we can find a great edge, because as this example here, YCX, a League of Legends player, his map 1 to 2 assist line on PrizePicks is 17.5. Now, the model that's returning a 50% ROI is saying it should be closer to 21.6. Now, obviously, this means take the over on this play, and that would be priced at 11.2%. So really all this model does is it's quite simple. It finds you opportunities where the PrizePicks or Underdog or whatever sportsbook you're betting on, that line is priced incorrectly compared to the model, and then you take that direction in your bet slip. Now, when we're talking about strategy on how to use this model, and I'll get into the discrepancy tool in a little bit, but this model is by far the most important part. That's what you're really paying for, is this AI model. And so what I highly recommend doing is, for PrizePicks, play 3-man powers. That means you're taking 3 plays in a slip, and what you want to look for is the EV percentage being higher than 5. Anything that is marked as green means it's good to go, and you toss it in your slip. Anything below that is okay to take if you need a play to add in there, but I'd highly recommend just taking plays that are 5% EV and higher. Now, a caveat to that is you want to make sure that when you're playing these on both PrizePicks, Underdog, whatever you're playing on, is that you're not taking players from the same game. And that's for 2 reasons. Number one, you could actually negatively correlate these plays together, meaning if winner and this, I don't even want to try to pronounce this name. If these 2 players are, one of them is going under and one of them is going over, that is negatively correlated, meaning these 2 guys are on the same team. If one player goes over his kill total, it's probably pretty likely the other player is also going to go over their kill total as well. Maybe not likely, but it increases the likelihood of the second player going over, because in League of Legends, when one team is winning, they get to the end game and they're able to get a lot more kills at the very end, meaning there's, that whole pie is spread amongst all the players. And so that means that if you're going over and under, you're negatively correlating, which would reduce your likelihood of winning that slip. So that's the first reason why you don't want to have the same player in there. The second reason is, well, what if we positively correlate them? The issue with that is that PrizePicks and Underdog reduce your payouts when you positively correlate players. They used to not do this. It used to be a great strategy. I made many videos talking about it, but nowadays you can't correlate these plays unless you find an edge. You find a way that you can do this without the payout reducing. So stick to players in different games, put them in a 3-man power for a 6x. That works on both PrizePicks and Underdog. Now on Underdog, it gets a little interesting because you can get these multiplier lines where, as an example, you can see that the model prices this one at 4.4, Underdog has it at 4.5. So not a huge edge. I mean, it's just barely pricing it lower, but you get this massive multiplier payout, 1.15x extra here on the under, and so that's why it makes it 12.5% EV. You can see the probability is a lot less. It doesn't look like it would be EV at a 55%, but since that multiplier has boosted up, then you get that great EV percentage. So for both PrizePicks and Underdog 6-mans, same thing with Dabble. Again, Dabble will probably have a little bit less volume than PrizePicks and Underdog. They just don't list as many lines. Now, you might be thinking $150 a month for a product like this is too expensive. Your bankroll might be small, you might be limited, whatever it may be, you might be thinking it's just too expensive. And I totally understand that. The reason why it's priced so high is because there's so much demand to find an esports betting product that pays 50% ROI. There's nothing else out there that is as good as Larry's model, and that's why it's priced so high. That's why he wants a lot of money for it. And another reason why is because you can still be super, super profitable even with $5 unit bettors. Or if you're limited, you can't get much money down, no problem. And I'll show you exactly why. The math shows you why here. So if you're betting $5 per unit, let's say you're able to get 4 5-man flex slips in per day. So not even the optimal amount, but let's say you can get that and you're able to get a 42% ROI, which is basically what this model has had over time. You can actually get an expected profit of $378 per month. So that clearly outperformed the $150 expense or the cost for it. And how we found this is by running simulations, by looking at the payouts on PrizePicks for 5 legs, a flex payout, and you can see that this actually gives us a positive ROI or payouts regardless of the 25th percentile. So worst case scenario, 75th percentile, best case scenario, it is positive up and to the right because you have such an incredible edge. Now this works for both PrizePicks and Underdog. Let's look at Underdog. Let's say you can get 10 3-man slips in per day at a 30% ROI. Expected profit would be $542. So same thing for Underdog. It's super, super profitable long-term. At that point, I need to hammer home again. Long-term betting, day to day, week to week, who knows what's going to happen, but long-term, you have a mathematically proven edge. Over 8,000 bets gone through this model to get a 50% ROI. That's not luck. That is math. That is an edge, and that's exactly what this model gives you. So even if you have low units or you can't bet that much or whatever, that edge is so large that it actually allows for that high price point. Now let's talk unit sizing, because this is something that kind of confuses some people. They don't even know what a unit is. So I'll give you a brief breakdown and the best way to go about it. If you're new, if you're seasoned, whatever it may be, this is the best way to do it. A unit is 1% of your bankroll. 1 unit equals 1%. If you have a bankroll of $1,000, that means that 1 unit is $10. Now, what I would recommend doing is if you're playing 3-man powers for a 6x, that you put 1 unit on each slip. You don't reuse players, you mix and match between the players that are available that are all above 5%, and you put 1 unit on it. Now, one little thing that I could mention is that let's say you have 3 plays that are at 11% EV and you pair them all together in a slip. That would give you a higher EV percentage on that entire slip, as opposed to pairing 3 plays that have a 6% ROI, right? So technically, that first slip you place, you should actually bet more money on it. So what I would recommend doing is just shifting your units slightly. So if you notice that you have a slip with 10% EV and higher on all the plays, well, maybe put 1.25 units on it. And then if you have one that is lower at 5%, well, maybe put 0.75 units on it. Shift your unit size depending on how EV the slip is. And what you can do to figure that out is simply just look at the EV percentage, add them up, and see how EV that slip is. That is the easiest way to go about it. You could devig it, use formulas. That's what I use. I'm not going to complicate things. Keep it simple. I mean, at the end of the day, the model does all the heavy lifting for you. Let's keep it simple, make it a 5-minute process, and then you're on your way and enjoy your day without having to sweat the esports or do a bunch of math or anything like that. 2 last things to touch on before I get out of here. First of all, the Discord server, JuiceBets VIP, which is my Discord, is connected to LCS Larry. So when you purchase LCS Larry's model, you also get access to our entire Discord, which includes line drop bots. So you can get notified when lines are released, and that's when you get the best price on these bets. So it's really important to set up your notifications so when a line drop comes through, you get notified, you head immediately to the model, you place your bet, and you get the best value out of there. That will highly recommend it, and it will also increase your ROI in the long run. Now, the second part of that is now that you have access to our Discord, you can go through and participate in everything to do with JuiceBets VIP, which is a $50 value per month. So you get LCS Larry and JuiceBets for just $150. Seems like a no-brainer to me, at least. And you get access to all of these other bets that we're placing: Dabble, PrizePicks, Underdog. We also have bots for literally every single sportsbook sending plus EV bets. There's a ton of value in this Discord. So I highly recommend that once you've figured out the model, you get into a groove where you're placing bets every single day. Then you come in and check out that Discord and make sure that you're also tailing profitable bets out of here, because everything we do in here is plus EV profitable. That's how I made $40,000 and then $25,000 last year. Everything is plus EV. Math-based betting is the way to go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. I love this tool so much. I use it every single day, and it really is the best side hustle that I can think of. You don't need a huge bankroll. You don't need much time. You don't need much expertise or experience. You simply do what it tells you to do. You do it every day for 5 minutes. You move on, and that's how you can really make a good side income through sports betting, specifically on DFS apps like PrizePicks, Underdog, Dabble, everything, all like that. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'll leave a link to the model down below, and I'll include a free trial on that as well. So you can check it out and try it out for free before it charges you, so you can see if it's something that you like, if it makes sense. And if you have any questions, drop them down below, drop them in the Discord server that you now have access to, send me a message on Twitter, whatever you want to do it, because I'm here to help you. I want to make sure that you make money using this product because we put a lot of effort into it. I mean, this is my full-time job, is making money sports betting and helping you guys make money along the way. We'll see you in the next video.